What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you an update on the FOIA request that I covered in my yesterday's video, and on top of that I will show you an update in one of the lawsuits that was filed at the end of last year. On top of that, guys, I will show you quite interesting investigation about the Esther Pierce actions, or let's say potential inactions in terms of the MMTLP saga. On top of that, I will show you a very interesting letter that was written by one of our community members, and I will show you how confusing might be the official statements of authorities. So, and before we dive deep into all of these, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So, and let's begin today's video with this tweet again. Just yesterday I showed you this tweet from Seminole Church, and it says 33,000 emails. Interesting. Let's see where this goes. And this is the answer. Let me show you in details. This is the answer from Securities and Exchange Commission in regards to the FOIA request that was written back in January, end of January of this year. And the answer on the one hand was quite promising. They didn't refuse to give this information, but at the same time, guys, the timeline to even start this process was set as the astonishing 36 months or more before they can begin the process, because it is a very complicated process, as it says in this letter. And guys, take a look right here. We have a couple of responses from some community members, and Big Vic wrote this. Well, this sounds like obstruction of justice to me. Delaying the information 36 months could push any crime past the statute of limitations. I would march into court so fast, the SEC, to get a court order to release the documents in their entirety, especially if I was already in court. And here is the answer from Seminole Church. This might be how it goes. I have asked FOIA ombuds to mediate. Federal court is the next step, hopefully, but not needed. And yes, I think this is the path how we can push this particular case forward, because FOIA request, and guys, if you don't know what is this FOIA request about, please watch my previous video, yesterday's video, where I explained it in details. And yes, this FOIA request has an extremely wide range of dates. And first of all, in my opinion, we have to make it more narrow in order to focus our attention on particular actions that potentially happened back in the days. But at the same time, guys, SEC should work, let's say, a little bit harder in order to give us this information, and through potentially the litigation process or through the FOIA ombuds, we can try to propel this case. So let me show you another update, at this time in Veterano versus Securities and Exchange Commission case. Just yesterday I also showed you that it was a technical problem, procedural problem, I would say, with the documents that were filed by Jennifer Vetrano, and I covered this in my yesterday's video. And here is the answer, here is the update from Jennifer herself in regards to these documents. She wrote just 12 hours ago: updated documents ready to go. 10 documents fixed, emailed to attorney and sent to court. Feels so great. Happy Friday. And Brian wrote, good for you, Jennifer. Hope it's a great weekend. And Jennifer responded, thanks, Brian. You too. And this means, guys, our leaders, our, let's say, litigation leaders right now, who are at the top of the spike of the entire MMTLP community, are working hard in order to push this case forward. And this is another evidence how Jennifer tries to do her best in order to help, in order to win this battle. On top of that, I want to pay attention to this quite interesting tweet and it was written by RareDD, and he reposted the tweet of Moriturito Salutant. And let me quote first of all this one. Wow, it looks like SEC Commissioner Esther Pierce is ignoring emails related to MMTLP. But if you try from another email address and use another subject, you might just get attention. What does this tell you about the compliant process that Esther Pierce championed in her C.V. Payne interview, Charles V. Payne interview? Seems to me like all of those MMTLP complaints are being ignored. Step in any time. Dodge SEC. And guys, let me show you this tweet, the original tweet of Moriturito Salutant. It says, I took Esther Pierce up on her offer to meet shareholders and discuss concerns. I even told her I'd fly from Ireland to the United States for it. But after weeks of emails, I wondered, was she ever reading them? So I tested it. I sent an MMTLP related email with read receipts. Days passed, no response, no read. Clearly filtered and ignored. Then I sent a different email from a separate account about CAT system data. Within 30 seconds it was read and forwarded for scheduling. This proves that we suspected. MMTLP shareholders are being deliberately ghosted. The SEC isn't just ignoring us, they are refusing to even acknowledge our existence. So much for so-called investor protection. And he added a couple of screenshots that prove his statement. But Brian wrote, so you tried this once and it so-called proves it. Weeks of emails. She told us yesterday she was making appointments. Why didn't you send the same with the same account? Sounds like they know you are annoying and ignore your emails. So when you send with not annoying guy, they read it. And Moriturito Salutant responded, oh Brian, I hate publicly debunking your assertions, but here is an email from the Tampa meeting in 2024. I have also included another email from February, so you can see how asking for clarifications is annoying. If this is what annoys regulators, it is pretty self-defeating. And guys, this potentially might be an evidence that we are being some kind of ghosted with our emails, and if so, this raises even more questions to authorities. But let's take a look at another quite interesting post that was written by Busy Brands. And guys, he added the letter that was written by Mike Krapa and JD Vance. As you can see, they signed this letter, and it was written on September 26 of 2023, and it was addressed to Gary Gensler. You all know that this letter asks for the deeper investigation in MMTLP case, but still we don't have any results of it. Let me show you this in details. Dear Elon Musk, real Donald Trump and Doge cannot stand idly by while captured regulators fail to protect investors. Protecting investments, retirements, and financial independence of American citizens should be the primary endeavor. A common critique, especially when an incident such as the MMTLP financial scandal occurs, can question whether our regulatory agencies are doing enough to protect our US capital markets. MMTLP was abruptly halted by the financial regulatory body FINRA on December 9 of 2022, leaving many shareholders' money in a perpetual limbo state for the last 840 days. The MMTLP fiasco exposes how FINRA and Robert Cook and the SEC and Gary Gensler failed to protect retail investors, break their own rules, and conspire with big money to rescue them from the consequences of their insatiable greed. One story that highlights the gravity of this issue is that of Lieutenant Colonel Alan Bradshaw, a U.S. Marine Corps patriot who flew Marine One for President Reagan and President Bush. Lieutenant Colonel Bradshaw has been also trapped in this financial nightmare for over 2 years. His faith in the country he loyally served has been shaken, and he carries immense heartache knowing that the Joe Biden administration showed no regard for his plight. President Trump's leadership and vision for veterans have always been different, stronger, bolder, and truly focused on action. We know that with the right support, Lieutenant Colonel Bradshaw's story, along with many others' stories impacting veterans, can become a testament to how the new administration stands apart in fighting for those who've sacrificed so much for our nation. In closing, please see attached documents of a congressional open letters dated December 22, 2023 that was sent to FINRA and the SEC regarding the MMTLP fiasco signed by 74 members of Congress. I've also attached a co-sponsored letter from Senator Mike Crappa and Vice President J.D. Vance. This will highlight the severity of the MMTLP and NBA shareholder outreach. With the utmost respect and gratitude, Jamie, Busy Brands. And guys, yes, I support this type of letters and this type of actions from MMTLP community, but definitely, do you think it is enough to just write this text in your Twitter account? In my opinion, it is not enough. And how we can be more loud? One of the reasons how we can do it is by litigation processes. And that is why, guys, you still have a chance to file a new lawsuit or to join an existing lawsuits as an amicus brief. I think I use the right word for this procedure. And in this case, guys, your voice will be much louder, and all these facts that you might bring on the table might be used in order to support the entire MMTLP community. So, and let me show you another quite interesting update. And again, Junk Savvy has quite interesting, I would say, so-called interesting conversation with Charles Gasparini. And Charles Gasparini again told to his audience that MMTLP community members just can't read the official documents. And guys, despite the fact that all these documents were written in, let's say, not the plain English, it has a lot of controversial statements. If you take a look to this document just as an ordinary person, but at the same time, guys, we had a lot of statements from broker dealers and even from the OTC markets executives that the last day of trading should be December the 12th. And here is the answer of Junk Savvy. And she wrote this: "Pardon me, Charlie. Which press release told me when to sell my shares of MMTLP? I have been in the MMTLP fiasco for more than 140 days, but not once I have seen a press release telling investors that FINRA was going to halt trading on December the 8th, 2 days of trading before the publicized and promoted last day of trading on December the 12th of 2022. Just looked again. Nope. Nothing. But here's what I did see and upon which I made my investing decisions. It's long. Hang in there and don't miss those receipts. FINRA corporate action released December the 6th of 2022. Purchases of MMTLP executed after December the 8th of 2022 will not receive the distribution. Will not be quoted. Ex-MMTLP shares will be cancelled effective December 13th of 2022. See below." Or here is a press release. Is this the one you mentioned? Metamaterials announces FINRA has processed corporate action released December the 7th of 2022. Nope, they just quote FINRA's corporate action. TD Ameritrade advises clients via email on December the 7th of 2022 they can sell their MMTLP on December the 9th and December the 12th. New long buy orders of MMTLP placed after market close on December the 8th of 2022 will be routed for review and cancelled. New closing sell orders of MMTLP should be routed normally, but there may be liquidity issues on December the 9th and December the 12th. Are you saying your brokers didn't know how to read the corporate actions, Charlie? Brandon Wickens interviews Jeff Mandel on Trader TV regarding trading of MMTLP December the 7th of 2022. Here is the direct speech from that interview. Jeff, so basically per FINRA's corporate action, right, that came, basically what that means is MMTLP is being deleted as a ticker after the trading on the 12th of December. MMTLP as of the end of trading on the 12th will no longer be on the OTC markets. Brandon. And that is the most important point to come across. If you are holding shares on the OTC, guys, again, end of trading on the 12th. Monday, December the 12th, as the last day of trading is mentioned 6 times. Are you saying that the VP of OTC markets doesn't know how to read corporate actions? And she added the link to the YouTube video that proves this statement. Former Metamaterials CEO files declaration under oath on August 16 of 2024 from item 31st. Further, on or about December the 8th of 2022, FINRA notified the company that it had unilaterally revised the language of the company's December the 6th, 2022 corporate action and required the revised notice to be published on the daily list. This revision was made without the input or authorization of the company and took place on or about December the 7th, 2022, after FINRA had a call discussion with DTCC. FINRA broke their own rules. Which one, you ask? Let's start with 2. There are more. Rule 6490 and Rule 6440. Though there is a much more. I will leave you with one more note on your assertion that a press release told MMTLP shareholders that December 8th was to be the last day of trading from FINRA themselves. FINRA FAQ MMTLP corporate action and trading halt. Item 1. Why did FINRA halt trading of MMTLP? Had MMTLP continued trading after December the 8th, there was the possibility that investors buying MMTLP during that time period may not have realized that those shares were about to be cancelled by Metamaterials, that they may not receive MMTLP shares before they were cancelled, and they would not be recorded on December the 12th as MMTLP holders eligible to receive next breach common stock in the distribution. Side note, those possibly confused investors FINRA was supposedly protecting, see TD Ameritrade email above. They were not in danger of losses as brokers were routing their orders for cancellation. Here are the real questions, Charlie. Why did FINRA alter the issuer's corporate action in violation of their own rules? Why did FINRA issue a rare U3 halt because of possible confusion they created when they altered the issuer's corporate action? Where was FINRA's concern for investors when they released the corporate action on December the 8th? Did they really not foresee the potential confusion until after they released the corporate action twice? There was FINRA's concern for actual, not possible, investors harmed when FINRA's U3 halt took away our choice to sell our shares on the 9th and 12th, trapping us in a non-trading company for 840 days, more than 840 days. What was the extraordinary event that occurred in the 10 hours and 47 minutes between the release of the corporate action at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Time and the trading halt issued at midnight on December the 8th? Now can we stop with the dopey participants didn't read a press release telling them when to sell, BS, and get the answers to some real questions? You are a journalist, right? So guys, yes, it is difficult to argue with this quite thoroughly written statement, and definitely we have several points of view on this saga. And to be honest, guys, I support MMTLP community from the bottom of my heart, and I want to see the resolution. But some members of community don't like my videos, and they just posting some let's say not so pleasant comments under my videos, and I delete these comments on a daily basis because they just don't want to know the real truth. They just want to see as the wrongdoers people who potentially might be involved in this process, but whose actions were not confirmed by the judge. That is why, guys, please be very polite and professional, and let's do this together, and let's push this case forward.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.